video, we are going to have a short tutorial on how to draw a linear graph with an Excel, determine the equation of the line, find the intercept and also the slope, as well as the correlation coefficient of the variables that are used in plotting the graph. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel afterwards and receive every update from this channel. So let's open our Excel. We have here Excel. I'm going to use Excel 2010. So we have our Excel opened, and these are the cells in the Excel as well as the columns. So let's assume we want to plot a graph of a displacement against time. That is a displacement time graph. You have time as the independent variable, which is the x, and the distance or the displacement, the dependent variable, which is the y here. So let's assume we have the time. We have 1 second, I have here 2 seconds, we have here 30 seconds, so we can drag it down. Have here, let's say you want about 10 different data, so we have here to the distance, say 10 meters. We have here 20 meters. We have here let's say 30 meters. So let's drag it down to up to 100 meters. So just a rough sketch how we can derive a graph of, let's say, the distance against the time. So the time here, this one is in seconds, and this one is in meters. So let's meters. So we have a graph of meters, or the distance against time, and you want to plot a graph of it in an Excel, determine the equation of the line, the correlation coefficient, and also find the slope of the graph. So let's assume without a graph we want to find the slope and the intercepts of these two data without even a graph here. You can just do it without a graph. So if you want to find the slope of, let's say, the line that joins these two variables, you come in here, you type in equal to, you write slope, you have slope here, then you select all the known y values. These are the known y values. You select all of them, then you bring comma, then you select all the known x values too. So these are the known x values, then you close parentheses. So it's equal to, that is the slope of the line that connects these two variables. You want the intercept to, the same thing you write, or you type in equal to, then you intercept. So you have intercept here, right here. So write intercept here, and once again you select all the known y values. So these are the known y values. Then you type in, or you press comma, then you also select all the known x values here too, then you close parentheses, then it's equal to, so the slope of this graph, or the line that joins these two variables, is 0. Now this is a straight line because there is consistency that exists between the values here. So if we want the equation of every straight line, it is given by y equal to mx plus c. So for every equation of a straight line, it is given by this expression, y equals mx plus c, where y is the independent variables, the x is the dependent variables, the m is the slope, and the c is the intercept. For this variables, the equation of the line join these two variables, you are going to have y to be equal to, the m here is the slope, which is 10, and the x comes in, then plus c, so the c is 0. So the equation of the line that joins these two variables are y equals mx. So this one is the slope, this one is the y-intercept. So we have y-intercept, y-intercept. So this one's we found it to be 0, so that is it. Let's open this one small. So we have this one going. So we have, let's open this. Yeah, so you're going to open this one small. So the y-intercept is 0, the slope is 10, and the equation of the line is y equals mx. So let's see how we can plot a graph of the x against the y. So to plot a graph of these two variables where the x is the time and the y is the distance, you select all the given numbers, select all of them. So you cancel it. Sorry, select all the given numbers, select all of them. Then you go to insert on your tab. So on the insert tab, you select scatter, click on the scatter. Then you choose the type of scatter you want to apply. So you want to just have a scatter plot with this one, just select this one, and this will display a scatter of the two variables. For every default graph in Microsoft 2010, there is no labeling. So for you to label the axis, the x and the y axis, with the graph selected, you go to design, then you click on the appropriate design you want to apply with the labeled x and y axis. So let's say you want to select this one. So with this one selected, you have the x axis or the y-axis here, which is the distance or the displacement, and the y-axis, which is the time. So let's do that. So you click in, then you type in here the time. The time given is the time. So this is the time. So this is the time. Then this side is the distance. So we have here the distance. So the distance. So this is the distance. So you type in distance. And the chart title is a displacement or a distance time graph. So we have, say, displacement time graph. So that's the displacement time graph for this. But let's enlarge it small. So you have this one enlarged, and these are the scattered. So the x-axis here is the time in seconds, and the y-axis here is the distance or the displacement of this graph. Now these graphs, yes, they're scattered plots, so you have to join them with a trend line. So we should add a trend line to connect all the lines to a straight line. Just select any point there, then you right click on that, then you go to add trend lines, then you choose the right trend line you want to add here. So you have an exponential, but our own is linear, so you just select the linear one, then you click on close, and it is already selected. So that's how the graphs look like with the shown labeled x and y axis as well as the trend line. So the intercept, as you can see, is the point where the line cuts through the y axis. So here the intercept here, x0. That's why this line will cut through the y axis at 0. Now for you to add an equation of this line without going through this, the intercept and also the correlation coefficient as well as the slope, you have to double click on the line, or you can right click on that too. Then you come to display equation on the chart. Then also display the r squared bar, which is the correlation coefficient of the value. Select that one to then click on close. So these are the shown equation of the line. So you have two ways of finding the equation of the given line, either going by this method or you can go by this method. So the equation as we find here is y equals 10x, which is the same as y equals 10x we found here. So the 10 here represents the slope. Since there is no c, it means that the slope is 0. Therefore, the y, or the the axis or the line cut to the 0 at the y-axis. So that's a very short tutorial on how to plot a graph, also find intercept and the slope. The r square value is just the correlation coefficient that links how close or how related the values in the x and the y columns are. So they are related by one, they are closely dependent. So that's the r square value. So that's how to go about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe to watching so you can receive every update from this channel. Thanks for watching.